Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to Cards and Dice TV. And we are starting a 1976 replay using Inside Pitch, Seaver's last full season with the Mets. And we got the gorgeous orange and blue. And we are right about to get started now. This is the second start for Seaver. This is April 14th, 1976. In the first game, Seaver faced off against Steve Rogers, and he shut out the Montreal Expos 6-0. He allowed on a 4-hitter. So he pitched marvelously. He walked one and struck out none. I left this out in the rain. I got to save it. I got to input into my stat keeper. So we're right about to get started. And it's going to be Del Unser leading off in center field. Felix Millan, the second baseman. Batting second. Batting third is John Milner. Eddie Kranepool batting third at first base. Wayne Garrett, the third baseman, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Dave Kingman, the right fielder. Batting seventh, Jerry Grody, the catcher. Buddy Harrelson, the shortstop. Batting eighth, and batting ninth is Tom Terrific. And we are right, as I said, we are almost ready to go. And here goes. The way you play Inside Pitch, you roll first the pitcher, then the batter, then maybe you could have the ballpark. You may not even get to the batter. Well, you always kind of do, because even if there's a strikeout, you have to look at the batter. So very nice system. You know, it is a little bit involved, and you'll notice that, but it's still very playable. The way I learn games is I just minimize, everything the first couple of games, just get comfortable with it, and then I start adding as I go. So Ray Burris is on the mound for Chicago. He was 15-13 with a 3.11 ERA. Now, these are unique dice. They have 2d6 on each die. That's right. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 die. We're going to read the blue first and then the yellow. Actually, I could read the blue and then the red, which is closer to orange. Here goes. So the blue would say 40. It's a 4 and a 6. So that's column 4. And row 6 is going to be an error on a throw. So we're going to roll on Unser. And that is going to be a 2 and a 1 is star line 3, and a star line 3 is a ground ball to the third baseman. Now the third baseman is Madlock. And we're going to look at his number, his error number. Madlock is an 8 error number, so we're going to roll a d20 and see what happens. And it's not an error, so he picks it up and fires the first, and in time to get Del Unser. So 1 down. All right, here goes. It's going to be Ray Burris versus Felix Millan. Felix Millan chokes up more than anybody I've ever seen. That's a 42, a column 4, row 2 is a potential strikeout. Now, very, very difficult to strike out Millan. A 1 or a 2 is on a d20, and he does not strike out. So we're going to roll off Millan. We're going to read that the blue first. That's a 6 and a 6, and that's ripped to short. And Dave Rosello at shortstop picks it up, throws to first, and gets Millan by half a step. And here comes John Milner, lefty hitting powerhouse. I guess I'm being sarcastic there, because he only hit 15 home runs in 443 at-bats. Here's a pitch from Burris, and that is a 31, and that's a blank. So we take that to Johnny Milner. And that's a 53. A 5-3 is a fly to right. Drifting under it is Jerry Morales, and he's there for the out. 3 up, 3 down. Just like that. So we got through an inning real quickly. Tom Seaver is going to be facing Rick Monday. Jose Cardinal batting second in left field. Monday's the center fielder. Madlock batting third at third base. Batting cleanup is Jerry Morales, the right fielder. Batting fifth is Andre Thornton. He gets shipped out to the Cleveland Indians later on in the season. This is only April. He's at first base. Batting sixth is Manny Trio, second baseman. Steve Swisher, the catcher, batting seventh. And Dave Rosello, the shortstop, batting eighth. Batting ninth is Ray Burris. Here goes. Tom Terrific, and that is a 35, and that is a potential K. Rick Monday against a righty is a 17. The ballpark has nothing, and that's a strikeout for Seaver to lead off the game. Jose Cardinal is next. That's a 5-4, and that's a wild. So there's nobody on base. So we roll again off Seaver's card, and it's a 3-4, and that's a potential error. And let's see, we're going to roll on Cardinal's card. That's a 52. A 52 is a star line 2, which is a ground ball to the shortstop, Harrelson. And that's an 8. Let's see what Buddy Harrelson's got going there on his card in terms of error rating. He's a 10, so he does make the error. And we're going to check and see just failed error check here. Failed error check on a ground ball to shortstop. He boots the ball. And that's all it is. So it's a one-base error, E6. And we're going to pop that into the Mets box there. One error for the Mets, and it's Bill Madlock. Now I want to look at Bill Madlock's stats, because 76 may have been one of the years he won the batting title. He won a couple of batting titles. Bill Madlock with a 339 average. I believe 76 he did win the batting title. So here's the pitch from Seaver. It's a 66. That's a potential K. Now we're looking at a 3 or less, and that's probably not going to happen. Nope. So we're rolling off Madlock, and that's a 33, and that is grounded to the shortstop. This may be 2. He's a ground ball 2. Seaver is nothing, but the infield is halfway, so that's a 3 total. You get 1 for having the infield halfway. I didn't call it, but it's automatic. Whenever there's a run around first base, I play the infield halfway, unless I'm playing it in with a runner on third. So it's a 3 total. So if I roll one 6-sided die, and we'll use a green one. You know what? I'll use the yellow one. One 6-sided die. One 6-sided die, and it's got to be 3 or less. And it's a 5. So he will not beat that. At first base, Cardinal has to be. Yeah, he's not going to make it. He's only a 3 base runner. If he's faster than the roll, he can make it to second base, and then the play would go to first. But in this case, it's going to be a, what did I say it was? It was a 6-4 fielder's choice with Madlock on at first now. 2 out, runner on first. Pitch from Seaver is a 4-2. The batter is Jerry Morales, and that's a blank. So that takes us off Morales' card. And it's a 3-1. A 3-1 against a righty is a fly in the gap after it is answered, and he runs it down to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left on the error. And we go to the top of the second inning. Again, we're rolling 2d6, and we are reading 2d6. Hey there, Salvador America. How are you, brother? Tom, terrific. 1976, his second start. And we are reading the blue first. They're 2 6-sided die. It's a 5-3 off Ray Burris, 5-3, and that's a potential K. So Crane Pool against a righty is a 7 or less. And on the D20, it's a strikeout. Nice little game. Wayne Garrett batted 231 in over 400 at bats. Here's a pitch from Burris. That's a 35. Wayne Garrett bats from the left side. A 35 is a blank, so we're looking at Wayne Garrett, and that's a 66. And against a righty, that's a chopper to second. Second baseman Manny Trios there. Over to first, 2 down. And here's Dave Con Kingman. Good power. Burris looks in for the sign. Winds and deals. And that's a 1-4. And that is against a lefty would have been a potential home run. Otherwise, it's a potential walk. Walk numbers against a righty are very low, but the ballpark is going to give you -3. So it ends up being a 1. It's 4 on versus a right-handed pitcher. It's a 4, but with the -3 of the ballpark, see that? Well, that becomes a 1. So it has to be a 1 on a D20 for a walk. Otherwise, we're going to roll off of Kingman's card. And we do, and that's a 1-2, and that is a fly to center to retire the side. Under it is Rick Monday, 3 up, 3 down. So Burris has retired 6 in a row. Andy Thornton, Manny Trio, and Steve Swisher. Tom Seaver against Andy Thornton. Here goes. We're reading the blue first. It's a 1-5. Column 1, row 5. It's a range play. So range play is always fun. We got to roll again, but this time we're going to use a green die. And the green die is for our range result. So we're going to look at Andy Thornton's card. And that's going to be a 5-3. A 5-3 is a star line 1. So it's a grounder to second base. And our second baseman is Mian. And Mian is a 3 range. That means 3 or less, he gets to the ball. But on the green, we rolled a 6. So that's going to get by Mian into right center field for a base hit. So Andre Thornton, not a fast base runner. He's only a 2 and definitely not a base stealer. But we roll that 20 in case there is a 20 roll. We will check for a pickoff. He could potentially take off on a for a stolen base. If we roll very, very low, we'd have to roll actually attempt is a 4 total. So 4 or less, he would try to. Oh no, this is wrong guy. Andre Thornton is a 1 attempt with Seaver's a +1 there. See that +1? That would be a 2 or less. He would take off, but I doubt that's happened. Now Manny Trio is just going to swing away. Here goes. And that is a 5-4, and that's a wild, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So Seaver lets one fly over the catcher's head, and that's going to move Andre Thornton to second base. And Trio, that's a 5-2. A 5-2 is a potential walk. Potential walk. He walks at 11. We roll a 6, and that's going to be ball 4. So Seaver is in a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the second. Steve Swisher, and knowing Seaver's capability, 2.59 ERA, he was masterful in 76. Again, another masterful year. Amazing guy, amazing pitcher. 10 years of total domination of the league. So Swisher is a 4 bunt attempt, and we are going to attempt a bunt. And the runner infield's going to be halfway. All right, so okay, on a bunt with the infield halfway, no change. There's a change to the range, though. So let's see what happens here. All right, so a 5-3. 5-3 is a potential K. Now, Ks are halved, so it won't be a K because it's 17. It's too high. The K is against a righty is a 13. Half of that, rounded up, I guess, would be 7, and it's a 17. So Swisher's going to bunt, and that is a 3-4. Star line 3. Well, actually, no, we're looking at the 2. That's going to be a good bunt because he is 4. He is a bunt rating of 4. And it's a 2. It's going to be good no matter what. It's really a low number. So that's going to be a good bunt. And we can use that same number to see. Wait a second. We'll roll 1 to see who it's to. Or we can use the 4 there. So the first baseman. So it's a sacrifice. Both runners are going to move up. To the first baseman. And it's Dave Rosello with runners on second and third. Here's a pitch from Seaver. Infield is in right now. And that's a 4-3. A 4-3 is a range play. 4-3 is a range play. So we're going to roll off of Rosello. And we're throwing that green one. and that's a 4-3. A 4-3 is a star line 6, which is a fly to center field. There is a runner on third, so we may get a sacrifice fly. We're going to use that 1 that I threw down, so we don't have to roll again. So it is a sacrifice fly. Into score comes Andre Thornton, and that is a, where did I say it was? It was to a 4-3 range play. 6 was a fly ball deep center field, RBI. And Manny Trio could potentially, no, he's going to hold up. And here comes Ray Burris, has his own card. It's 1-0 Cubs. Run around second base, 2 outs. And here comes Ray Burris. That's a 5-4, and that's a wild again. We rolled a 9, and that's going to be another wild pitch. 2 wild pitches in this inning for Tom Terrific. And we're going to roll again on Seaver. And that is a 5-3, a K, and a 14 will be a K, and that retires the side. That's the second strikeout for Seaver in this game. But the Cubs pick up 1 run on a hit and a walk. And it's Jerry Grody. It's going to be Jerry Grody, Bud Harrelson, and Tom Seaver in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's a pitch from Burris. That's a 1-4. And versus a lefty, a potential. Otherwise, it's a walk. A 19 will not be a walk. So we're rolling off of Grody's card. That's a 6-3, and that's a question mark 9. And the 3 versus a righty is going to be line base hit center field. Grody's on with a single. He's a slow runner. We'll be playing it safe. Buddy Harrelson. Here's a pitch. It's a 1-6, and that's a potential walk. A 14 will be a base on balls. So again, that sets up another bunt situation. And Seaver's a 4 bunter. So here's a pitch from Burris. Infield's halfway again. 4-6. A 4-6 is an error on a throw. So we're going to play that. Let's see who that is on the infield. We'll use that 6. And that's going to be the catcher. Let's see the catcher's error rating. Catcher Swisher is an 11. We roll an 8. So it is going to be, it could be now, it's a throwing error. And in the case of a throwing error, we have to check the first baseman. First baseman is Andre Thornton. And we're going to roll 1 for Andre Thornton. He is a 3. So it's definitely 1 base, and now it's potentially 2 bases. So now we have to see if Tom Seaver is fast enough to make it to second base. Let's see what happens. And he does not. So everybody stays. So it's going to be a 1 base error. An E2. Bases are loaded now. And both teams have an error. And it's going to be the top of the order. It's 2-1. It's 1-0 Cubs. I don't know why I said 2-1. It's 1-0 Cubs. Top of the 3rd. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Unser, Mian, and Milner. And here goes Unser. Got to get an orange die. And that's going to be a 1-6 off of Burris. A 1-6 is a potential walk, and the 3 will be a base on balls. So that's going to force in a run. RBI for Del Unser. And the game is tied. Bases are still loaded, nobody out. And Field's in. Here's a pitch from Burris to Mian. And that is a 1-2. A 1-2 is wild, and a 9 will be a wild pitch, and everybody's going to move up. All right, Felix Millan now second and third. Here's a pitch. It's 2-1 Mets. It's a 1-5, and a 1-5 is a blank. We're rolling off Felix Millan's card, and that's a 4-5. A 4-5 is a star line 4, which is a ground ball to short. Now, there's nobody out, and I have a house rule that says when there's nobody out, my runner at third base holds. So that simplifies the whole game for me, because otherwise there'd be a bunch of stuff that I'd have to try to figure out right now. But there's nobody out. If it happens with one out, then I would go out of my way and figure it all out. Basically, you look at the runner. The runner would be Seaver, who I believe was a 2, right? Seaver is a 2, and then it would be a -2. It'd be like a 0, so he couldn't even advance, or he would be automatic out if he did advance. So he's going to hold. John Milner. 1 out, second and third. Mets are up 2-1. John Milner in the first inning out to field. Here's the pitch from Burris. That's going to be a 2-4-2 is a potential K. A 14 will not be a K, so we're rolling off Milner. And that's a 4-2 again. 4-2, that's line and caught by second baseman. Will he turn 2 is the question. We're going to roll one die and then find out. And with a runner at second base, it's a 3 and a 4, and he does not turn 2, so it's L4 for the second out. Back in time is Del Unser, and now it's Kranepool. Steady Eddie Kranepool. Here's the pitch from Burris. That's a 4-5. A 4-5 is a blank. We can use that 1 if we need it. I doubt it. And that's going to be a 2-4, and a 2-4 is a fly to right. Over is Jerry Morales, and he settles under it, squeezes it, and that retires the side. Mets pick up 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 walks, an error, and they lead it 2-1. Go to the bottom of the third. So again, this game is very playable. Now, if I'm starting out, I would simplify a lot of things. Depending on what's going on in the game. If there's not too much going on, this game has a lot going on. It's got a bunch of errors. It's got a bunch of bunts. It's got a bunch of wild pitches. When something like that comes up, when I have a game like that, it slows it down, the whole process. This has already been a while. Let's see. Hold on. I don't even know if I'm okay. I am still recording. I couldn't see the number. I don't know what happened. Got to light some time. Terrific action. Anyway, all right. I wasn't seeing all right, 23 minutes, and we're in the bottom of the third inning. Okay, why? I've been saying we've had a couple of errors. We've had a couple of bunts. We'd have a couple of actually 3 wild pitches total. So there's been a lot going on in these 3 innings. So sometimes I'll hold a runner to not have to look it up. If I'm new to the game, I pretty much know where to look and what to expect. But if I'm new to the game, I wouldn't worry about it. I just kind of move base to base unless there's 2 outs, and I'd give them an extra base. I'd play it that way until I got familiar with all the twists and turns, all the bells and whistles of the game. And so now it's going to be Rick Monday against Tom Seaver in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch from Terrific. And it's 4-5, 4-5, and that's an error on a throw. So we're going to roll on Monday's card. If there's a throw, we don't know that there's going to be a throw. 2-5, star line 4. There is a throw from third base. Garrett, who's our third baseman? Wayne Garrett picks it up. He's an 11. So it is going to be an error, at least a 1-base error. We're going to roll now for the first baseman, Kranepool. Steady Eddie, and see if he can block the wild throw. He's going to be a 2, so it's fairly doubtful that he blocks it. Oh, and he does. So it's going to be a 1-base error on Garrett. Again, like I explained, this game is going pretty slow simply because there's a lot of, these outside the ordinary errors and wild pitches and all that, so it's slowing it down a little bit. Jose Cardinal with a runner on first. All right, here's the pitch from Seaver. That's a 3-1. A 3-1 is an error on a grounder. Holy smokes, we're hitting all the errors. A potential error on a grounder, we don't know that it's going to be. We're going to use that 9. Yeah, I rolled it already. And it's a 5-5. A 5-5 is a fly to center, so no error on a grounder. And here's Bill Madlock, pitch from Seaver. That's a 3-6. A 3-6 is a potential K. A 7 won't be a K. Bill Madlock doesn't strike out very much. So the pitcher has a lot to do with it, but the batter does too. Okay, so now we're going to go to the batter's card. He gets the chance to roll on the batter's card, and that's a 6-6, and that is a ground ball second base, which could turn into a double play. He's a 2, plus the infield's halfway, that's a 3. So if I roll a 3 or less, it's a double play, and I roll a 6, that means it's a throw to first. So it's a ground ball to 6 over to first. That moves the runner to second base. And with 2 outs, stepping to the plate is Jerry Morales. Morales flied out to center field. He's a 274 batter with 16 home runs. And Seaver looks in for the sign, sets, and deals to Jerry Morales. That's a 4-6. A 4-6 is a wild, and a 16 will not. It's blocked by the catcher. Almost a third wild pitch by Tom Terrific. Let's try it again. And it's a 1-5, and that's going to be a range play. Range play off Morales' card. That's a 6 in case we need it. Let's roll it off Morales' card. And that is going to be a 4-3. A 4-3 is a ball that's grounded hard up the middle. The question is, will Seaver get to it, or will it pass Seaver and go into center field? So it was a range play, and we rolled a 3. What is Seaver? Seaver is a pitcher 4 rating, so he gets to it. Great play. Over to first and in time to retire the side. So Tom Seaver makes an outstanding play. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We go to the top of the 4th. And I'm gonna get a quick drink. I'll be right back. So pretty much, I mean, this game is pretty much chartless. You know, most of what happens is off of the cards. Salvador says, just like real baseball, some games are fast moving and some get bogged down. Yes, thank you, sir. It's always great to see America's hanging out. Salvador, America. Love that. Very cool. All right, so we go to the top of the 4th inning. It's going to be Wayne Garrett. Now we got to check for fatigue. 28. He's gone. He's only down once around, so he's okay. And 12. He's not done 12. That's walks, hits, and runs combined are not 12. 1, 2, 3, plus 2 runs. Okay, so everybody's good. Wayne Garrett. Here goes. The numbers are right here for fatigue. 28. And 12. The second number is the walks, the hits, and the runs added up. All right, we'll read the blue first. It's a 1-5 off of Burris, and that's a blank. So now we go off Garrett, and it's a 2-2, and that's a fly to center field. And right there is Rick Monday. Next is Dave Kingman. It's a 1-1. That's a potential K. It probably will be a K. Oh, an 18 will not be a K, so we're rolling off Kingman's card. Too high for a K. It's a 1-1, and that's a ground ball third base. Up with it is Madlock. Fires to first and just gets Kingman by half a step. Low throw, but scooped out nicely by Andre Thornton. Here's Jerry Grody. Pitch from Burris. It's a 1-3, and that's a potential error. No. A potential error, but 17 is doubtful that it's an error. That's going to be a 5-6, and it's a ground ball shortstop. I can almost guarantee that shortstop does not have more than a 10. It would be very unusual. He's got a 9. Yeah. So it's a ground ball, shortstop. Rosello up with it, fires the first, and gets his man. 3 up, 3 down. We go bottom of the 4th. Now that inning was much quicker. Haven't played this in a while. You know, I've been playing a lot of deep drive baseball, so it takes me a little bit to get going on this. All right, Tom Seaver is Andre Thornton. Let's see if Seaver can start striking guys out. 2-5, and that's a potential hit by pitch. Andre Thornton's an 11. Seaver's a -1. That's a 10. Oh, he gets plunked. Hit by pitch. So Andre Thornton is on base. Going to swing away this time. And that's a infield's halfway. That's a 6-6. That's a potential K. A 16 will not be a K. So we're rolling off of Manny Trio's card. And that's a 3-2. And that's a single base hit center field. Andre Thornton's going to stop at second. He's too slow to go to third on that. I can almost guarantee it. Single to center from first to third is a -1. And we're not even going to bother to do that. So that's how you simplify the game. When you know the guy's really slow, and it's a -1 on a single to center to go to first to third, so that puts him at a 1. So it's very low chance that he makes it to third. There's the same chance that he makes it that he gets thrown out. So it's like a 50. Well, it's not a 50-50 chance, but he's more often than not he's going to hold. So I'm going to hold him automatically just to simplify the game and move it forward. Steve Swisher again with runners on first and second. Last time I bunted. And I'm going to bunt again with him. Remember, base on balls are halved, and also strikeouts are halved, I believe. Yeah. All right, so it's going to be a 1-6, and that's a potential home run. But he's bunting, so I don't know that could happen. And you know what? All right. So on that, I'm just going to – so he's trying to bunt, so he's not swinging for a home run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll for the bunt, and I did. It's a 20. And he is a – what did we say he was? He was a 4 bunter on a 20. It's going to be a double play, and we'll use that number of 4. First baseman is going to catch a pop-up, and he throws to the second baseman who beats – oh, actually, I can get the lead. Hold on a second. With first and second. This is interesting. I don't even know the rule for, and it would take me a long while to figure it out. But what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's the runner at second base. Okay, so it's a 4. So that means it's a double play on the runner at first. So it's a pop-up, pop 2. Double play, and they get then it's going to be a 2-3, and the runner at second base is back. End of story. Problem solved. So now there's a runner on second. There's 2 outs, and it's Dave Rosello who's batting. Here's a pitch from Seaver, and that's a 5-4. 5-4 is a wild. Again, I keep on rolling that. A 5-4. I didn't roll the 20. 1 to 10 is a wild pitch. And that's a wild pitch. That's the 3rd wild pitch by Seaver. And that's going to send Thornton to third base. Again, we're rolling on Seaver's card again. And it's a 2-3. A 2-3 is a ballpark result. And that's a 2-5. And that is a star line 2, which is a ground ball shortstop. And that will do it. So a lot went on there. There was a hit by pitch. There was a wild pitch. There was a double play bunt. Holy smokes. So that's going to be no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. We move to the top of the 5th inning. So that's, I think, the first time the ballpark card came into play. It's going to be Buddy Harrelson leading it off in the top of the 5th. It's a 2-1 Met lead. Here's a pitch from Burris, and that's a 4. 4-4 is a blank. Buddy Harrelson, a 3-2, and that's a ground ball to the second baseman. Rosello up with it. I think it's Rosello. No, it's Manny Trio. And he throws out Buddy Harrelson. Here's a pitch to Tom Terrific. It's a 3-5. That's a blank. And it's a 6-3, and that's a fly to left. Left fielder is Jose Cardinal. Squeeze it for out number 2. And it's Del Unser. Del Unser walked and grounded out. That's a 3-3 off Burris, and that's a ballpark result. Let's bring that over here. That's a 3-5, and that says single plus. He's it's a single plus, which means it's going to right field. The right fielder is Morales. We've got to check his arm. Morales is a -1. So Del Unser's speed is a 3 -1, but it's a single to right going. That's it. Okay, so it's -1. So it's a 2. So a 1 or a 2, he makes it to second. A 3, 4, and 5, he holds, and a 6, he's thrown out. And he makes it a second with a double. So Del Unser with a 2-out double off a ballpark card. And now it's Felix Millan. And that's a 5-5 off Burris. Range play ballpark. Oh boy. Let me just write that down. Range play ballpark. All right. That doesn't look like an R, it looks like an A. All right. So range play ballpark. Let's see what happens. We gotta throw that. So first we're gonna see if it's caught. And it is going to be caught because that's the lowest. There's no fielder that's lower than that. So it's going to be caught. That's a 5-5. And it's a ground ball it's a fly ball left field. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. Go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 Mets. Burris, Monday, and Cardinal. Here's a pitch from Seaver. That's a 1-5, and that's again a range play. Wow. And we got to throw this. So it's a 2-3. A 2-3 is a ground ball to first, and that's by him. It may be a double. If it's a 5 or a 6, it's a double, and no, it's a single. So past the diving crane pool, and Burris is. Burris got a single. Let me see. I have to wait a second. That was a star line 3. I think it was a 2-3 I rolled. It's same thing. All right, good. G3. So that worked out. I was looking at the wrong card. All right, so Burris is on at first. Rick Monday, the batter. We're going to let Rick Monday swing away. The pitch from Tom Terrific. It's a 1-3, and against a lefty, it's a blank. And it's a 2-5, and that is a ground ball at third base. We can try for double play. It's a 2 plus halfway is a 1. I don't think we get any minuses. I didn't look at that. In the infield, Harrelson shouldn't have a minus. Oh, wait, he does have a minus. And Millan doesn't have a minus. All right, so we have the -1 there. We have the -1 from the double play. It becomes a 2. Let's throw a D6. Nope. And Rick Monday, well, it's going to be a fielder. Actually, Burris. Burris is a 1, so he's slow. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. And don't totally remember who it was. Oh, it was third baseman. And oh, wait, it wasn't a -1. It wasn't a -1 because Millan is not the one we gotta. Millan was the pivot, not Harrelson. So had it been Harrelson, the pivot, had it gone 4 to 6, then it would have been a -1. But since I'm throwing a second baseman, he's not a -1. So it's still, I think I rolled a 4. Pretty sure I rolled a 4. So it's still going to be a 5-4 fielder's choice. And Monday's on at first. And we will roll to Cardinal. 1 out. Here's a pitch. And that's a 4-2 off Seaver. 4-2 is a blank. We got a 17. We'll say that. We need it. That's a 2-3, and a 2-3 is a single past the first baseman. Now Rick Monday should be able to make it. He's a 3, and to go first to third is 2 or better, so he does make it to third base. First and third now, with only 1 out. So the Cubs are threatening to tie this game. It's a 2-1 Mets lead here in the bottom of the 5th. At first base is Cardinal. At third base is Rick Monday. Now you got Bill Madlock. Here's a pitch from Seaver. Infield's going to be in. And that is a 3-2, and that is against a lefty's blank. So we did roll a 3 in case we need it. I don't know that we will, but it's a 5-6, and that's a fly to left. It could be a sacrifice fly. So let's see if we roll a 2 or less, and we do not. So there's no sacrifice fly there. Now I could roll a 5-6 as a fly to left, and a runner on third. Roll D6, when they throw chart, base runner and arm. Okay, so let's look at the who's in left field. Milner. Milner's arm is a +1, and Monday is a 3, so that makes him a 4. So 4 or less, he'll score. We're going to throw 2d6. Read the 5 first. And he scores. So the game is tied. Sacrifice fly to left field. It's deep enough for Monday to score. And the game is tied. 2 outs now. Jerry Morales. And that is a 5-5 off Seaver ballpark. And we're going to use that 2 in case we need it. That's a 5-2 off the ballpark, and that's a potential home run. Jerry Morales versus a righty, and that ball is gone. That ball is out of here. Jerry Morales with a 2-run home run off of Tom Terrific. Cubs are up 4-2 now, in the bottom of the 5th. So yeah, that's a 5-2. We'll double check. It's a pull home run. So it's a left field home run. And I don't think that he can run that down. I don't have the rules, but I don't think he runs that down. If it's not a home run, then he would try to catch it, and it could drop in for a double, I believe, a single or a double. I don't know. I would roll a die. I can't remember. I'm not going to look through the rules right now. But you see, you can play this game with just using some baseball common sense until you learn all those. It's got a lot of detail, and you got to keep on reminding yourself of all the detail. So if you like detail, that's great. I like detail. I don't mind it, but sometimes I kind of, smooth things over. So the Cubs are up 4-2, a 2-run homer by Jerry Morales. And Seaver's still good. Seaver can go 32. He's gone only 18 plus 4. That's 22. So here's Andre Thornton. That's a 1-5, and that's a range play again. Holy smokes. It's a 5-2, which is, see if Kranepool can get to it, and he does. Great play, great diving stop by Kranepool. Gets up on one knee and flips it to Seaver, covering 3-1. And that retires the side, but not before the Cubs pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, and they lead it 4-2. We go to the top of the 6th. John Milner. Here's a pitch from Burris. It's a 6-4, and Milner's a lefty, so it's a blank. And it's a 4-1, and that's a grounded to second. That's Trio. Scoops it and throws the first for 1 away. Eddie Kranepool is up next, and that's a 1-3. That's a potential error. We don't know on who, but we will now. It's a 6-2, and that's a potential error on third baseman. It won't because it's 16, and so he picks it up, bobbles it for a second, fires the first, and in time. There's no way that the third baseman, Bill Madlock, is more than a 10. He's an 8, yeah. And we rolled a 16. That's way high. So in those high numbers, I know there's no error. Wayne Garrett is next. Here's a pitch from Ray Burris. That's a 3-1, and the 3-1's a blank. We're going to use that 18 if we need it. Don't know that we will. And that's a 3-3, and that is line and caught by the first baseman, Andre Thornton. 3 up, 3 down. We go bottom of the 6th. Manny Trio leading it off. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-2. Potential strikeout. It needs to be really low, and a 9 is not going to be low enough. So we're rolling off Trio. And that is a 1-2, and that's a fly to left. John Milner makes the catch, one away. Steve Swisher next, and it's a 1-3, and that's a versus the right. It's a potential walk. A 14 will not be a walk. So we're rolling off of Swisher, and it's a 4-4, and that's star line 2, which is a grounded short. Buddy Harrelson scoops it and fires and gets his man. 2 out, and it's Dave Rosello. So 1-4 K, 14 is too high, so we're rolling off Rosello. And it's a 4-3, and that's a ground ball. Nope, it's a fly ball, center field. Racing to it is Unser, and he gets there to retire the side. Nice effort by the center fielder Dave Adele Unser, who's known for his defense. Dave Kingman. And let's start checking for tired. Ray Burris can go 28, so we're still not at 27. That would be 27 there. All right, so here goes. It's a 3-6. A 3-6 is a potential K, and it's a 20. Won't be a K. Here's Kingman. So 1-4, and that's a fly to right field. Skied, waiting for it is Morales, and he's there. 1 down, Jerry Grody. Pitch from Burris. It's a 6-6. That's a range play. And it's a 1-4, and that's a single pass short. No chance on the range check. It's a 6, too high. So it's Grody's second hit of the game. And Buddy Harrelson. Here's the pitch to Buddy. It's a 4-1. That's a potential home run. And we look here, Buddy Harrelson's batting from the left side, so no chance for that. And Buddy Harrelson doesn't hit home runs off righties anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to roll on Harrelson's card. It's a 3-4, and that is it's a fly ball to right. Again, Morales is there. 2 down, and Tom Terrific, we'll let him bat. It is 1976. And that's a 6-3, and that's a range play. It's a 3-2. A 3-2 is a 6, and a 1 is a ball that Rosello gets to over to first, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. Scores 4-2. Cubs in the bottom of the 7th. Burris is leading it off. This will be the 27th batter for Seaver. Here's a pitch. That's a 2-4. And the 2-4 is a tired single. He's not tired, so this is going to be off Burris. And a 5-2 is a grounded short, Buddy Harrelson. He scoops it and fires. High throw, nice stretch by the first baseman, Cranepool. Rick Monday's up. Rick Monday's struck out, reached on an error, and then hit into a fielder's choice and scored a run. That's a 3-1, and that's an error on the ground. And that's a 3-2. It's a single to right. And I think I may check this for an error. Error on the ground. Error on the ground, single to right. It's a potential error. It's a 5, single to right. Who's our right fielder? Dave Kingman. He's horrible. Let's see, Kingman. What do we write? We wrote a 5. Kingman's a 7, so it is gonna be an error. It may be a 2-base error. We're going to roll a 1. Who's running? Rick Monday's running, so he's a 3. So if he beats the roll, he does not. So it's a 1-base error. So it's an E9. Both teams have two errors each now. So Monday's on at first, and that's a 5. Tom Seaver against Cardinal. I didn't need to throw that one. That's 2-6, and that's a range play ballpark. Holy smokes. Range play ballpark. Let's see what happens. Let's keep that 5. It's a 6-3. It's a number in front of the plate. Grody. So range play ballpark. So we got to see if Grody may get to it. Let's see. What is Grody? Grody is a range 3. Actually, he's a range 4. The second one is his pass ball rating, I believe. So he does get to it. Now, it could be a double play. So who's running? Running is Monday, who is a Monday's a 3. It doesn't matter. Wait, hold on a second. His Cardinal's a 1. Okay, Cardinal's a 1. Halfway is a 2. Shortstop would be covering. So there's no minuses. So it's a 2. We roll a 2. It's a double play, and we do not. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to be 2-6 fielder's choice. 2 outs, and Cardinal's on at first. All right, Bill Madlock. 2 down, 1 on, bottom of the 7th, 4-2, Cubs. Here's a pitch from Seaver. That's a 5-3. It's a potential. It's a 5-3. Roll the wrong one. 5-3 is a potential K. Needs to be low, and a 4 should do it. And no, it does not strike out Bill Madlock. Bill Madlock's tough to strike out. So off Madlock's card, a 2-3, and that is a potential double. It's lying in the gap, and it's going to drop and roll to the wall. Jose Cardinal with 2 outs is going to try to score. So we're going to have a play at the plate. He's a base runner 3. Base runner 3 with a double to right is what I just said. Right, a 2-3 double to right is going to be a -1 to go from first to home is a -1, but there's 2 outs, so it's going to be a 3. So we're rolling 2d6. Read a 3. He does not make it. He holds up. So it's going to be a 2-out double, and they're going to hold up Cardinal at third base. So runners on second and third now. And let's see, Seaver went 27, 28, 29, 30. You can go 32. How many hits has he allowed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 12. So he is fatigued now. He is fatigued for sure. But he's still going to pitch because he's only fatigued on one side. So he's going to pitch to Jerry Morales. And here's a pitch from Seaver. It's a 2-4, and that's going to be a tired single base hit. And that's going to score both runs, I believe. Both runners are going to score. Bill Madlock is really slow, but he's going to be a 3 with 2 outs. And to go on what did I say? It was a S1. S1 on the chart. It's a 1 or better, he'll score. So both runners score. 2-run single. I put him at second base. 2-run single for Jerry Morales, who hit the 2-run home runs. He's got 4 RBIs now. A big day for Jerry Morales against Tom Terrific. Tom Terrific has gotten beat up, and that's going to be it for Tom in this game. So he is going to get pulled. And for who? That's a question. We've got to look up this game now. I go to Baseball Reference and look up the game. Let's see, 1976. Matt, so I want to see who pitched in this game, and I'll bring in somebody who pitched. Schedule, okay. And this is Seaver's second start versus Chicago. Let's see where that is. I believe this is, let's see if it's the first game. Now, Swanee went the first game, so maybe Seaver goes the second game. Does Seaver go the second game? Let's see. He does. So Bob Apodaca. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Bob Apodaca is going to come in to pitch. There he is. I just passed him. Holy smokes. Blast from the past. Bob Apodaca. All right. That's hilarious. All right, Seaver goes 6 2/3. And let's see what Apodaca can do here to retire. Here's a pitch from Apodaca. That's a 4-4. And versus a righty, it's a star line. Star line what? Star line 4. As they fly to left, and that's going to retire the side. But the Cubs pick up 2 more runs on 2 hits. And they're going to be unearned runs, by the way. Unearned runs against Seaver. And so Seaver gives up 4 earned runs, 6 total runs. How many hits? 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits in 6.2 innings. He walked 1 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. He walked 1, and he struck out 2. Didn't strike out many today. I wasn't hitting on those strikeouts, and he has a whole load of them. He has a boatload of strikeouts. All right, top of the 8th. See if the Mets can get something going. Del Unser leading it off. Ray Burris now has gone 27, so he's on the verge of being tired. We'll see what happens with that. All right, here goes. Hopefully we'll have a simple rest of the game here. It won't be any unusual. 6-6, again, another range play. And that's a 4-6, a fly to center, and a 5. I don't think he's going to catch that. Rick Monday's not going to catch it 5. That's too high. So Rick Monday almost guaranteed he does not catch that. And he does not because he's a 3. So that's going to drop in, and it's going to be a double or a single. It's a single. 5 and a 6 is a double. So it's going to be a single for Del Unser to lead off the top of the inning. And here comes Felix Millan. And here's a pitch from Burris. It's a 3-4, 3-4. That's a potential strikeout. Not easy to strike out Millan. He won't. So now we're rolling off Millan's card, a 4-2, and that is a ground ball base hit. Unser is going to make it. He's a 3 base runner, first to third on a single pass 4. And what did I say? It was a 4-2. Yep, and he makes it to third base. So first and third. And Burris is tired now, but we're going to still pitch him. This is 1976, so you don't just pull guys just like that. All right, so it's John Milner versus Ray Burris. Let's go. And that's a 2-1. A 2-1 is a tired single base hit. That's going to score 1. And Millan is probably going to make it to third. Let's see on this. Millan is a 2, and first to third, S1. No, does not make it. He stops at second, but it is an RBI single for the left fielder, John Milner. And the score now is 6-3. And we got a new pitcher for the Cubs. Let's see who's going to be. Who did they pitch in this game? They pitched DeTore, a guy named DeTore, or DeTore, I don't know, however you pronounce it. DeTore. It's a tough one. Let's see if I've got that pitcher. Because if he was traded to another team, he'd probably be on that other team. I don't know. I'm looking at all the pitchers. We'll see. If I don't have him, I'll pull somebody else. I don't worry about it right now. Knowles, pitchers. Nope. Do not have him. He may be in the extra players, but I'm not worried about that. I'll just pull somebody else. Next pitcher was Schultz. I saw him, Buddy Schultz. He was in there somewhere. There he is, Buddy Schultz, a lefty. He's going to face Ed Kranepool, lefty, so that works out perfect. So new pitcher. So both starters have been relieved in this game. And Buddy Schultz, who had a 6 ERA in 23 innings, he didn't pitch very much. So he's going to face the lefty Eddie Kranepool. We're not bringing in a pinch hitter here. Although I could bring in a pinch hitter. Let's see. Joe Torre is going to pinch hit. Hold on a second. Holy smokes, I get to play with Joe Torre. All right. Is he available? That's the question. He should be available. These are all the hitters. Bruce Beauclair, Rod Steiger, Ron Hodges, Mike Vail, John Stearns, hilarious, Joe Torre. Joe Torre's going to pinch hit. All right. That's a trip. Now he's going to play first base. And here is the pitch coming. First and third, nobody out. Mets are down 6-3. Seaver's out of the game. Pitch from Schultz. It's a 1-2. A 1-2 is versus a lefty is a home run. And versus a righty, it's a potential walk. It is going to be a walk, even though it's -3 versus lefty becomes an 8. So it's still a walk. Bases are going to be loaded. So Torre walks. Everybody moves up one. You've got Millan at third, Milner at second, Torre at first, and here's Wayne Garrett. And we're going to let Garrett's another lefty. Let's see who else can pinch hit in this game. That's about it. They only pitched hit. They used Beauclair as a pinch runner for Torre. But we're not going to do that because Torre needs to play first base. Let's see the next game. Let's see who the Mets were using to pinch hit, if anybody. They pinch hit John Stearns. They pinch hit Benny Ayala. Mike Phillips came in to play short. So let's see who we got going here. We want to bring in a righty. Mike Phillips, can he play third? He can't play third. So if we bring in John Stearns to pinch hit, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in John Stearns to pinch hit, and then we're going to use Mike Phillips to play third. So let's get another righty, Stearns. And then we're going to get, he'll be out, and we'll get Phillips to play third. All right. So John Stearns replaces Wayne Garrett, the lefty. And here's the pitch with the bases loaded. Infield is halfway looking for the double play. That's a 55. A 55 is a potential K. A 19 will not be a K, so we're rolling off Stearns. And it's a 2-5. A 2-5 is a 9 question mark. We're going to use that 19, and that's going to be an out to right field. but it could be a sacrifice fly. His sacrifice fly rating is a 2, and no sacrifice fly. We're not going to try to score anybody, so it's a fly out to right. So Stearns sends a fly to right for the first out, and here comes Dave Con Kingman. This is the time for a grand slam. It's perfect time with the bases loaded, and that would put the Mets up 7-6. Wouldn't that be wonderful? All right, we're going to bring in a righty to face Con Kingman. And let's see who they used. Who they used the next night. They used Paul Russell. Okay, Paul Russell. I think he's a righty. Zahn, I believe, is a lefty. Paul Russell is a righty, and we're going to bring in Paul Russell to face Kingman. All right, and we'll set everything up here. So Schultz faced 2 batters, got 1 out, and walked 1. And now it's going to be Dave Kingman against Paul Russell here in the top of the 8th inning with the bases loaded. The Mets are down 6-3 to the Cubs. And Dave Kingman has the opportunity, with 1 swing of the bat, he can give the Mets the lead. Kingman in 76 hit 37 home runs. Let's see what happens with Kong. All right, we're reading the blue first. Pitch from Russell. Russell was 4.55 ERA. Does have at least 1 home run, 2 home runs numbers. Got 6-1 and a potential home run at 1-4. Oh, and against a lefty, he has one at 2-6. And that's it for home runs. See what happens. Here's a pitch, and we'll throw the D24. It's a 4-5. A 4-5 is a range play ballpark. Now, this could be a home run for Kingman. It could be a home run. Range play ballpark. We're going to throw so let's write that down. We did have that range play ballpark. Okay, here goes. Let's look at the ballpark here. Read the blue first. That's a 4-3, and that is a home run to the opposite field. Look at that. 4-3 home run to the opposite field against a righty. And we are going to look at, it's almost against righties. It's going to be an automatic grand slam. The Mets are up 7-6. Holy smokes. Kingman with 4 RBIs and a grand slam home run here in the top of the 8th inning. Just what the doctor ordered. And that's right fielder, and right fielder. Wow. All right, so the Mets are up by a score of 7-6 now. And it's going to be Jerry Grody. So Kingman is the hero. And here's a pitch. It's a 2-6 to Grody. And versus a righty, that's a potential walk. And a 16 is going to be too high. So we're rolling off Grody's card. That's a 6-6, and that's a ground ball and through the right side for a base hit. That's Grody's 3rd hit of the game. Holy moly. What a crazy game this has been. Now it's Buddy Harrelson. Here's a pitch from Russell. It's a 4-4, and that is against a righty batting lefty, so it's a blank. So we're rolling. Oh, but is he tired? No, I have nothing to do with tired. 5-4, and that's a grounder short. Easy out. Wait a second. There's only 1 out. Hold a second. So a grounder short could be a double play. There's nothing there. I need a 1 for a double play. Actually, with nobody is run on first. So yeah. Okay. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. So it's a fielder's choice. And Harrelson is on at first. That's 2 outs. Wow, that's all there is. And here comes the pitcher spot, Apodaca. 7-6. I guess we're gonna pinch hit. Pinch hit. Now we got a righty, so we can pinch hit Beauclair. Beauclair does play in this game. I just like going to the guys when I don't have access to the roster. I like going to the guys that played in the game, this game or the game after or the game before. So Beauclair is gonna, and Apodaca may be able to win it. We don't know yet because it's still too early. But Beauclair is gonna pinch hit. Here's a pitch from Russell. Runners on first base. It's a 6-2. A 6-2 is a tired single, and he gave up. He's definitely tired, so that's a base hit. And Buddy Harrelson is going to make it to third base. So it's a S1 to make it to third. First to third is a 4. There's 2 outs, and so he does make it to third base. So first and third now. And the Mets have batted around. Holy smokes, in the top of the 8th. It's a long game. Already an hour and 11 minutes. Holy smokes. All right, Del Unser, top of the order. Russell's exhausted. He may be tired on both sides. Wait, no, one is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's only tired on one side, but he's going to face Del Unser. And here's a pitch from Paul Russell to Del Unser. That's a 4-6. A 4-6 is a range play. Oh, no, it's a potential walk. A 17 won't be a walk. So we're rolling off of Unser's card, and it's a 5-6, and that is a star line. Ground ball, third base. Scooped by Matlock and over to first, and that retires the side. So this will be the 9th inning. Wow, that was nuts. So Mets are going to need a new pitcher. Mike Phillips is going to be in there. Torrey's going to be in there, and then Mike Phillips is going to be in there. And the new pitcher is going to be, who else pitched in this game for the Mets? Let's see, in the next game. Hall and Webb. Let's look for Hall and Webb. There's Webb, and then Hall. Now I'll show you how I figure out who's going to pitch. Pretty simple system. Hall and Webb. I don't know, I may not have Webb. No, I don't have Webb, so that's it. Hall pitches. I do have Webb, I don't have Hall. That's the thing, I don't have Hall. Yeah, I don't have him. All right, so I don't have to worry about it. He may have been traded or he may be in the extra players. I'm not worried about that right now. So I do have Webb, and Webb will come in to pitch. All right. So basically, Apodaca went 1/3 of an inning. And we're in the bottom of the 8th now. It's going to be Manny Trio. Let's see what Trio can do here against Hank Webb. Hank Webb with an 0-1, 4.50 ERA. It's a 5-4, and that is going to be a potential walk. 17 will not be a walk, so we're rolling off with Trio. And it's a 1-2, and that's a fly to left. Over is Milner, and he makes the grab. Here's Steve Swisher, the pitch. It's a 5-3. And a 5-3 is a range play. And it's a 2-3, and a 2-3 is a fly to right, and almost guaranteed Kingman should be at least a 2 to be able to catch that, because I rolled a 2 there on the green. He is a 2 right fielder, so he does make the catch. 2 fly ball outs, and here comes Dave Rosello. It's going to be a 5-3, and another range play. Another range play, we already rolled that. So a 5, oh wait, The 5-3 is a range play, so we have to roll again for. We can keep that. We can keep that. And it's a 2-6. A 2-6 is a fly to center, and he will make that for the third out. Del Unser is a 3 in center. We rolled a 3. So that's 3 up and 3 down. Now the Mets picked up 4 runs. They picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs. 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits in that top of the 8th. No runs, no hits here in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the 9th. It's going to be Mian leading it off against Russell. And it's a 2-2. That's a potential strikeout. Very hard to strike out Mian. Yeah, it's impossible. It's very low strikeout. And it's a 5-5, and that's going to be a single base hit. He wraps one to center on at first. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Russell can go one more. And it's a 4-5, and a 4-5 is going to be a range play ballpark. Holy smokes. Seaver is not up. It's Milner. So Seaver is not up. There's stuff falling onto the. All right. So Milner was your range play ballpark. All right. So let's see what happens. Let's throw that green die, and that's going to tell us a lot. That's an automatic hit. A 6 automatic hit. 4-4. So 4-4 tells us it's a star line, which is a grounder past the second baseman for a base hit. And Mian, I believe Mian was a 2. So I don't think let's see, he is a 2. And on a 4, you need to be at least a 3. So he's going to stop at second base, first and second. And here comes Steady Eddie Kranepool. No, it's going to be Joe Torre. And we're going to see a new pitch. Actually, you know what? There's a couple of pitchers warming up in the bullpen, but I'm not worried about who they are right now. I'm just letting you know. Paul Rush is going to face Torre. And that's a 4-3. A 4-3 is a blank. Off of Torre, a 5-6, and that's going to be a. We'll see what that is on a 20. It's going to be an out to center field. And we're not tagging up right now. And now it's going to be Mike Phillips, the lefty. Mike Phillips is batting in the 9th. With first and second. Here goes. And that's a 4-5. 4-5 is a range play at the ballpark. Holy smokes. And it's a 5-2. It's a potential pull home run. Pull home run for Phillips. He's a lefty. We rolled a 4. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's see if it's, first of all, we got to see if it's a home run. He's a 9. We rolled a 5, and that ball is driven deep to right field, and back goes Morales to the track, looks up, and that's out of here. 3-run shot for the substitute third baseman. And he hit 4 home runs and 262 at bats, but he connects with one here. 3-run shot. And the Mets have taken a 10-6 lead. And that is third baseman. Third baseman. Wow. Nuts. And Russell's going to get relieved immediately. And who are we going to get in here to pitch? Knowles. Or Knowles could be coming in to pitch. And there he is. Knowles is coming in. He's a lefty, but it doesn't matter at this point. So Russell went, let's see, where did he come in? He went 1 inning. And now it's Knowles to face Kingman. All right, here's a pitch. That's a 3-4. A 3-4 is a blank. And a 2-1. A 2-1 is a fly out to left field for out number 2. Here's Jerry Grote. He has 3 hits. He's 3 for 4. Good to see Grody getting some hits. That's always good to see. Using a new 20-sided die. That's a 1-5. A 1-5 is against a righty is blank. And that's a 5-5, and that's going to be against a lefty. That's a base hit. Fourth hit of the game for Jerry Grody, believe it or not. Here's Buddy Harrelson. That's a 6-2. A 6-2 is a range play at the ballpark. Holy smokes. 20. I don't know if I'll need that. Here it is. It's a 6-5. It's a ground ball. Will it get past the shortstop? I rolled a nope. It's a 6-3. 6-3 is a number in front of the plate. Will the catcher Swisher get to it? We rolled a 5. I doubt he's going to get to it. I doubt it. Seriously doubt it. So it's going to be an infield single. Yep, he's a 4. So he does not. Picks it up, throws to first, not in time. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. And now it's the pitcher, Hank Webb. Hank Webb is up. And it's time. It's 10-6 now with 2 outs. We're going to let Webb bat. And we have a pitcher hitting card for the Mets pitchers. We're going to let Webb bat. We're up by 4 runs. That's a lot of runs right now. And first and second, 2 outs. Here's a pitch from Knowles. It's a 1-4. A 1-4 is a range play. So we're going to use that 3. A 1-4 is a range play. And that is a 6-1. 6-1 is a star line 2, which is a ground ball to short. Buddy Harrelson, Dave Rosello should get to that. And, he does not. That's past Rosello for base hit. Grody's going to hold up. He's a slow runner, and let's see. And as 6 to go home, he needs to beat a 3. And let's see what Grody is. Grody is I think he's a 2, but with 2 outs, he's a 1. So, yeah, he's just a 2, so he's going to hold. So bases are loaded. The pitcher, Webb, picks up a hit in the 9th. Holy smokes. So he picks up a hit, and the bases are loaded. And here comes Del Unser. What a crazy game this has been. It's 10-6. The Mets were down 6-2 at one point. Here's the pitch from Knowles. Is tired by now. Yeah, he's tired for sure. That's a 5-3, and that's a potential walk. We don't know. Will it be a walk? 12, and it will not be a walk. So we're going to roll off Unser. That's a 4-2, and that's going to be a ground ball third base. Picked up by Madlock over to first, and that retires the side. But the Mets pick up 3 more runs on 6 more hits, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Pitching for the Mets is Hank Webb, and he will be facing off against Pete Lecoq. Yes, sirree. Wasn't he the son of that game show host? Pete Lecoq. What a great name that is. All right. Here's a pitch from Hank Webb. That's a 5-3, and that's a range play. But not off the ballpark. It's right off of Lecoq's card. So that's a 6-3. A 6-3 is a ground ball that Mian gets to and flips it to first for out number 1. Rick Monday. I rolled a 2 there, and Mian is a 3 second baseman, so he gets that. Here's Rick Monday now. Pitch from Hank Webb. That's a 5-3. A 5-3 is a range play again. Wow, lots of range plays in this game. And that is a 2-5. A 2-5 is a star line 4, which is a ground ball to the shortstop. Will Buddy Harrelson get to it? It's a 3. I rolled a 3, so Harrelson has to be at least a 3, and he is. Great Diving grab by Harrelson, back on his feet, fires to first, and in time. Oop, it's a web gem. Look, put a little star there. Great play, great defensive play by Harrelson. And now the Mets are 1 out away from an exciting comeback victory. Here's a pitch from Hank Webb to Cardinal. Webb's still not tired. He's pitched really a heck of a ball game. So he 1-3, and that's a potential hit by pitch, but a 19 will not be. So we are rolling off of Cardinal. It's a 6-3, and that is ripped past the diving shortstop, Buddy Harrelson, into left field, and Milner plays it in quickly. And at first base, you got Cardinal with Bill Madlock up. Here's a pitch to Madlock. And it's a 2-3, and that's a blank. And that is a 6-5, and that's Starline 5, which is a fly to left field. Milner over and puts it away, and that's the ball game. Mets win it. No runs, 1 hit in the bottom of the 9th. Mets come back 10 and 6 hits in the 8th, 6 hits in the 9th. That's 12 hits, 13, 14, 15 hits. Holy smokes. The win is going to go to Apodaca. And yes, sir. And Webb is going to get a save, I believe. When did Webb come in? He picked up a save. And Seaver gets a no decision. So yeah, let's check the hits for the Cubs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there you go. Mets with 10 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors. And Chicago with 6 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Mets win it by a score of 10-6. A grand slam home run by Dave Con Kingman. At the right place at the right time. Off the ballpark card, and also a home run by Phillips, a substitute third baseman who after Stearns pinch hit for Garrett, he came in the last 2 innings to play third base. He got it, picked up an at bat in the top of the 9th, and drove one to right field, hooked one right near the foul pole, not very deep, but just enough over the fence for his first home run of the season, I'm sure. I'm sure he hasn't even played. And that's about it. So the Mets win it 10-6. Tom Seaver gets a no decision, and that's Inside Pitch Baseball. I will see you guys soon. Take care from Cards and Dice TV, and stay safe out there.